Hello, visitor to my castle. Subscribe to the channel so I can create more stories like this.
Imagine twilight dissolving over the misty hills of Wallachia. The cold cuts like a blade. There, among the towers that pierce the sky, rises Poenari Castle, a fortress of stone and blood. The wind whispers ancient stories, and the name that repeats in the voices of the air is Vlad the Prince of Wallachia, Vlad the Impaler. They say he was born for terror. Others believe that terror was born with him. From his childhood among Turks and betrayals, his gaze was that of one who had seen hell and decided to make it his home. When he ascended the throne, he swore to purify his land, and he did so using the most effective method he knew, impalement. The stories tell that the sun almost refused to rise over Targovishte. Thousands of bodies lined up, swaying in the wind, formed a human forest of pain and death. The sweet and putrid smell of flesh and fear mingled with the perfume of the palace roses. Vlad watched it all from his throne, motionless. Not for pleasure, he said, but for justice. But even the gods averted their gaze. But there is something that few know. When night falls and the last body is swallowed by the darkness, something awakens in the shadows among the stakes. Something moves, a breath, a hoarse murmur that seems to repeat his name. Vlad believed he was purifying the land of sinners, but what he was really doing was sowing damnation. They say that before he died, he was seen walking among the corpses, talking to them. He touched the impaled heart of an enemy and whispered secrets. A soldier who observed him said that the blood on Vlad's hands never dried and that his shadow moved, even when he stood still. And it was that shadow that remained. When the Turks took the fortress and found him headless, there was laughter in the hall, laughter that did not come from any living man. Vlad's body disappeared days later, the tomb empty. And they say that, on certain cold nights, a figure appears in the ruins of Poenari, tall and pale, with eyes of fire and fangs that gleam under the moon. They call him a monster. They call him a legend. But the true name, the one that fear whispers, the whole world knows, Dracula. And when you hear it, remember, there are shadows that are not merely the absence of light. They are presences that wait, and one of them may be behind you now.